Liftoff and the clock has started.
Heinz.
Goal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Veg Grower podcast with me, Richards. No, wait, I'm on the wrong show. Damn it. I'm on the wrong show. No, it's the Vobes show,
Bubbles
ladies
for the
and gentlemen.
Vobes show.
Yes, Bubbles for the Vobes show.
I don't think I've ever seen Bubbles on the Veg Grower podcast.
No, I think he should do that. Implement the Bubbles would be good. Yes, I appeared actually on Richard Suggett's show, for those of you in the know, yesterday in a Halloween costume. And Richard stuck a knife in, and blood curdling was all over the place whilst we were eating pumpkin pie, which was delicious.
Must have missed that bit.
Yes. No, but this is the Vogue
The
show.
blood curdling bit. This is the Vobes show.
Yes.
November
On the 1st of 2020.
1.
Exactly. And this is the lovely Julia. Oh, I'm disappearing off screen. A bit wooden tonight.
And this is the lovely Richard.
And you're now falling off screen. Anyway, less of this gay banter. Nice to see you. Nice. Thanks for coming along on the... Oh, sorry.
Oh, you left me hanging. So.
Yeah, you're on my blind side. You didn't expect me to see what goes... Don't! Anyway, ladies and gentlemen...
I'll blindside you in a minute.
Oh, don't. I'm already on one side of me as blind. Yes. We have an action-packed show for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been running up and down the stairs all day, which is why I'm a bit out of breath. I have moved my edit suite upstairs, so every time I do anything on it, it's like up and down, up and down. I go up to check something on the computer, go up the stairs, down the stairs.
For those not in the know, edit suite, by edit suite, he means his editing computer and screen.
Oh, yes, I can show you a pic. Oh, I don't know that I can. Every time we cut...
It might skip.
It might freeze the thing. We seem to have a technical blip there somewhere. But anyway, as long as you're seeing us and hearing us, that's all that matters. I had one of those. Is it an R245 cable problem? Is it an R45 cable? Is it 45 internet cable? You know the internet cable. Yes, went over my head. I needed one of those. You know when you need one, you just can't have one. You can't find one. Those internet cables that you click into the back of the computer, because I was using a hub and
RJ45.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Mocky.
RJ40. I don't know what it stands for. Richard Jones 45. In tonight's show, Jackie HW has sent in some Seaside and Surf, a video of which we are going to enjoy.
Fantastic.
Also, Sean James Cameron has sent in a video to show us just how busy is it in London at night, showing us some of the famous sights, like "Let's all go down the Strand." I thought you were going to... No, I thought you were going to do the "Have a Banana" bit.
Oh.
Have a banana. Isn't that what they say? Let's all go down the Strand, have a banana. Let's all go. Anyway,
I didn't know where that came from, but now I do.
Yeah. So that was all. Big thank you to everybody who came on the walk on Saturday.
Walk.
Oh my, weren't we tired?
Oh, ever so tired walking around the pool table.
Yes, because the pool table, because of the rain, you understand, that the field was like a pool table. We marked, it didn't matter what the weather was doing, it was coming down in snow bullets and hail and Caesar, and we just trudged on, following one another blindly. Unfortunately,
to and from the bar.
Yeah, I was going to say we couldn't get out of the car park at the pub, so we stayed inside, and it was very nice. Thank you very much to. I was trying to calculate with Mr. Was it with Mr. Suggett? Yes, yesterday. How many people came? It was about 13 of us.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, it was about that, which was lovely, and thank you very much for coming along. We have a special thank you to...
Yes, to Jeff and Mandy. Thank you very much for the lovely gesture of buying us our food.
Yes, that two-fingered Jeff... Oh, no, buying us some food first. Yes, that was lovely. Thank you to Jeff.
And may I add, the food in that pub was delicious.
If ever you want to go and have a nice meal, then try the Thatched Inn at Hassocks. Don't forget, you don't have to dress up in your cassocks. Anyway, enough of this. We're getting a lot of interesting things coming in. Bonnie H says, I've sent you a photo and associated... Oh, she's just deleted it.
She sent an idea for the show tonight. Associated game.
Oh, a game
thing, I should
imagine.
I
see. I'll have to quickly check.
Colonel Craigrati says, did you try an RJ46 or was that a step too far?
And what is an RJ46?
And apparently RJ stands for Registered Jack, says Nigel Sadler.
Oh.
And I'd believe him. Oh.
Oh. Well, this chap greeted me as I arrived home. Can viewers suggest what a speech bubble might say? He looks pretty annoyed. I was 24 hours late getting home from Liverpool due to cancelled trains. Well, just be thankful,
Caption alert,
Bonnie, that you weren't in anywhere near Salisbury, in the tunnel there where the two trains collided and crashed. Was it Salisbury?
In Hampshire, yeah.
It was down that way, wasn't it?
I thought it was in Hampshire.
Was it in Hampshire? I beg your pardon. Anyway, here is the picture. We want a speech bubble for this little chappie. If you can arrange it, that would be lovely. What is he saying?
Caption competition to put a speech bubble on this fellow.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you very much to Bonnie. Oh, hang on. We're starting the show again. Good evening and welcome to the 2nd of November. No, we don't do it every day.
Wait, huh? Yesterday.
Yeah, that's well. It was on yesterday's show. Yesterday's show 2 days hence. I don't know. So that's all nice. Whilst we're waiting for those, peekaboo, says Colonel Cragratty. Emily Champion says, stop looking at me nuts. Good one. Like
That's
that.
a good one.
Yeah.
Good
You can, of course, give us a phone call on...
one. 0793 4746 790.
I happened to call out that number last night on Richard's
Yes.
show.
What's
I
that?
said, give us a call on 0793 4746 790. And, there, that's my number. I did say to Richard, I said, I hope you didn't mind me mucking about.
Mucking
I
about.
wasn't mucking about much, but, being a guest on somebody else's show, he said, no, I thoroughly enjoy it. So that was all good. Hello.
I'm going to write down these caption items.
Oh, yes, the catchphrases. Do you want another piece of paper? And
I'll just use an old piece that's not quite fully filled.
there we are. Perfect.
2 blank pages.
Oh, it's also...
This is first one.
Seabird says, sick of the climate meeting, so rubbish. And he says it twice. Yes, I'm sick of that in the news at the moment. Terry Banton says, I like hazelnuts. What other things have we got? Where's me nuts, says Audrey Forbes. I thought nuts would be a strong thing for a squirrel, because they're always squirreling away their nuts. Who else have we got there? Caption, I've lost me nuts, says Terry Banton. Nice to see you, Terry, by the way, and thank you for the book and the little donation. That's gone into my back pocket. Clive Waterfall says, Caption, you do only sit on ferrets. That's it. You do only sit on ferrets, don't you?
Who's that from?
That was from Clive Waterfall. Why do we sing Here We Go Gathering Nuts in May when it should be in November? Well, it's interesting because do you remember the film Nuts in May? It's a classic film with Roger Slogan and the other actress who's very famous now. Can't remember her name. You know the film.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we watched it. Roger Slogan. They go off in Dorset in their Morris Minor with their Maximum. Come on, Candice Marie.
That was hilarious.
It's all right,
Bizarre,
Keith.
hilarious.
All right, Keith.
No,
What's that?
I
That's a
can't
maximum minimum thermometer, Candice Marie. Do we have to go this way? Yes, it's not very far, Candice Marie. Oh, it's fantastic. I met Roger Slogan once. I worked with him actually on a children's television thing many years ago. Gathering Nuts in May. It's a good one. Hence Nuts in May, because they were nuts at the wrong time of the year. So it must have something to do with that. Paul Smith says, can you guess where my nuts are? Good question. Remember, this is a family show. That's how families get made from the products of nuts, apparently. Ian McCagan says, who's eating all the pumpkins? Yes, that's more like it. Ian was watching Richard's show last night.
He was.
And contributing very much. Mm-hmm. So much so that Ian actually rang in and said to Richard Suggett, you idiot, this is how I pronounce my name. He said, that Vobes character is absolutely right. I don't know why you don't listen to him more frequently. And I said, yeah, actually, you've got a point there.
Another bucket full of salt, everyone.
Yes, a bucket full of salt.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Thank you very much indeed. How are we doing with the old nut? What's Lee Wigginton
I've only
saying?
actually got 3 of them written down so far. Lee Wigginton says, where have you been squirreling away?
Ah, yeah, that's a good one. Colonel Cragratty is telling us that just spent £146 on replacing his on replacing some climbing gear and a new rope. Blimey, I'm sure I could have found you a bit of old rope. I wouldn't rely on it terribly much. What you need is a bungee. That's what you need, isn't it, when you go climbing? You want a bungee, because then if you fall, you go bang.
And then bounce back into the cliff face.
Well, you'd bounce higher, wouldn't you? Because you go down and then you go woo, and you could just cling. I bet nobody's
Only if you're on
thought
the
of that.
Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Or
I bet nobody's thought of
other
that.
cartoons.
That's probably an innovative idea. Right there. Innovation.
You know what now?
Yeah, because you sort of go bang, ding, bang, ding, bang, ding, it would be it could be so quick. Patent it whilst you've got the chance, young fella, my lad. Bonnie says, how about a caption, your dinner's in the bin?
That's a good one.
That's no good.
Seabird is asking, do we do more pub visits? The pub visit was only because it was
Alison Stedman.
we'd kept putting off that walk.
Yes. We it was a last-minute thing. But what I was thinking as we were sitting there sipping our champagne and eating the caviar, thanks to Jeff and Mandy's very lovely budget there, I was thinking we should do a Vobes show meetup. Because we've done Bald Explorer ones, and Bald Explorer walks go hand in hand. But I think we should do a Vobes show meetup in a pub, and we could play pub games. Or we could play Vobes games. We could have some form of bingo, which would be quite hilarious.
Worried now.
No, it'll be all right. Nothing too rude. I'm sure if we could hire a hall and get everybody to turn. I know we're quite all spread out all over the way. Some of you are in other side of the world, like down there in Australia. G'day. Sport, call that a knife? That's not a knife.
A few over the pond as well.
And a few over the pond. Ramiboo over there in America. Get off your horse and drink your milk. That's how they all speak in America, apparently. Actually, I was working away, beavering away, editing today for tomorrow's multifaceted video. And I had a phone call from Kansas. No.
A phone call?
Yes, a phone call.
From Kansas?
From Kansas. And the woman on the phone said, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. And it was a chap called Jeffrey Harrington, who used to watch and listen to the Vogue show many years ago. And he said he was coming over to London in the new year, or at the end of this year, over the New Year period. And he wanted to know what the weather was going to be like. And particularly, Hello, Richard. It's Jeff. Could you tell me what's the weather gonna be? And I thought, we said cold. Merlin was here at the time, and he got out his sort of magical goldfish bowl, and we were looking into it. And he said, it be the winter of coldness. And so I said, I guesstimated it would be between 3 degrees centigrade up to 10 degrees centigrade maximum throughout the day. So that's what I'm guessing between New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Cold, wet and miserable. I don't think we'll have any rain by then. I think it'll be dry at the New Year. That's my prediction.
Rachel says mildly moist.
Yes, probably true. So anyway, yeah. So what does people think about the Vobes show meetup for those that can?
Do you know what I say?
And what we could also do, if we can find the right venue that has a little bit of internet, we could stream it so that people can join us even if they can't join us.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
But what I don't want is everyone to go, we'll just watch it on the internet, then we can't be asked to get in our car and drive to wherever it is. If you can make the effort to get there, sometime in the new year, that's what I'm thinking. Probably, on the coldest day we can think of. February the 8th. I know that's a cold day. It's my son's birthday, Billy. He was born in an ice cube. It's the best way. Well, he was frozen sperm, wasn't he? That was the thing. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that on this kind of a programme. Mummy, what is frozen sperm? Never mind all that, son.
I must say, your language has loosened a lot over the last few years of knowing you.
Yes, it hasn't actually. The old Vogue show was a lot more wacky. Bonnie says, my copy of Folklore of Sussex 1973 was waiting for me when I got home. What did it do? Go into a time travelling?
No, I presume she ordered it off the internet.
Oh, see, I thought she'd ordered it in 1973 and it's only just arrived. It's nice to get the latest information there, Bonnie. Kerry Baldwin says, brilliant idea. I wish I could come on Saturday. I wish I came on Saturday.
Bless you. It would have been lovely to have seen you.
Mr. Mocky says, you know what happened to Michael Fish, don't you? Yes, Michael Fish lost his dish in 1987.
Seabird is asking, can we do it so that people can get there on public transport, particularly train? Was asking for trains earlier.
Yes, we will try and think of somewhere that's on a national railway, nowhere near a tunnel in Salisbury, and is good on a bus. It's near an airport, by the seaside, so you can come by ferry, and a river, so you can row over. It's not asking much, is it? Arundel would be good then.
Linda Kane says you'll need a very accommodating pub.
Well, we've done it before. Many years ago. The Newmarket, which is just down the road from Lewes on the A27, the landlord used to listen to the Vobes show when it was a podcast. And I said, wouldn't it be great to do it from a pub? And he said, do it at our pub. We did it at his pub. It was reasonably successful, bearing in mind that nobody knew what podcasts were. And after that, he emigrated to Portugal. Fact. Every now and again, I get an email from him in Portugal, lapping up the life of luxury. But yeah, the Newmarket pub. I don't know if it's still called the Newmarket pub. It closed down for a while and was empty for a bit, but I think it's still open. Yeah, long ago, outside a chip shop in Walthamstow.
What's that?
Shoreham Airport would be a good place. You could all fly in with your private jets. Invite Greta Thunberg. She likes flying in on lots of diesel and stuff, doesn't she? She loves all that. Hasn't she copped it at number 26? She's gone over there. Yeah,
she's
COP
gone
26.
COP.
We were talking about that.
I
I can't remember what they said it was. Something or other. It was a bizarre name, wasn't it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're going to play a video fairly soon. Bear in mind, we're only doing an hour tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Complicated rules of the game. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. I've got a bald head, and that's the end of that. Heinz, apparently. Have you heard this? I heard this earlier today. Thought this was hilarious. Here we go. It's a limited edition. You can have Christmas dinner in a tin. Heinz Big Soup. Christmas dinner in a tin, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that? Would you now?
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't. But what would you like in a tin? What meal would you, that isn't yet available, what would you have if you could have anything that was instantly ring pullable?
Well, I must admit, I am partial to chili.
Ah, chili. No,
Chili
I'm surprised
con carne.
that chili. Can you not buy chili con carne in a tin?
You can.
It's probably horrible.
I've had them before. They're not amazing.
Ah.
But a decent one would be nice.
Yeah, decent one. If we could get a decent one.
Though, this Christmas dinner in a can, if I were homeless, living on the street, and someone handed me a can, wrapped in tissue with a wooden fork or something, I'd be really grateful for that on Christmas Day.
So I wonder what it consists of. I mean, presumably it's got turkey in it, it's got pigs in blankets, it's got some form of gravy with it, a bit of stuffing, some parsnips, some roast potatoes,
interesting,
and all and all mixed up. As long as it's not blended, where it's just all.
Oh God, that would just be a soup. Oh,
well, that is a soup.
Oh God,
that's what I mean.
No, I would not be grateful for that. No, if it was, those things all in there with gravy and and that would be one thing. And then the drier stuff like potatoes on the top, roast potatoes and things on the top. That would be all right, and a bit of stuffing. That'd be all right. Just plop or just eat it out of the can.
It would just have to be a lumpy soup, wouldn't it? But if it's blended up and it's just this sort of grey matter.
Yeah.
No.
Put me off Christmas dinner already.
Yeah, that's put you off already.
Ed Loud says, my poor Alex, his lady,
yes,
is sick of pubs. Just returned from the Romney Marshes. Dragged her in several pubs every day on our walks. Oh, bless you. I'm glad you got back to see your beloved Romney Marshes.
But if the weather is foul and it's raining cats and dogs and I can't think of any other animal things.
Or elephants and giraffes, like it was the other day.
And there's no other analogy. Yeah, you'd be happy to sort of take shelter in a pub.
Yeah, I would.
On the Romney Marshes before Dr. Sin gets you.
I really missed pubs during all the lockdowns and everything, so I relish it when we go in them now.
Yeah, it is nice because when we used to do our exploring in the early days, we used to stop off at the pub, didn't we, and have a soup.
That's right.
Christmas dinner soup we used to have quite a lot of.
A soup or a starter or something.
Yeah, we couldn't afford a proper meal, obviously, because we were just waiting for all those lovely donations to come in. But thanks to Jeff and Mandy, we're all right now for the next 24 hours. Ramabu says Christmas in a tin is very unappealing. We have a phone call, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out who the hell is out there. Hello, who the hell is out there?
Who the hell is that?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I have no bloody idea.
No, who the hell?
How's Julie Hartley and how is Richard Vobes doing this evening?
They're doing very well.
I've come in cold and being a complete arse, but you bloody well know me, matey.
Yeah,
it's Fabian.
It's Fabian.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the devil are you, Fabian?
I've come in cold. I apologise. What on earth are you talking about this evening?
We're talking about Heinz have released this soup for Christmas. It's a Christmas dinner in a soup form in a can, in a tin can. Would you be about for that?
A tin cap sounds like a lovely well, I'm advertising a very unknown Android browser called TinCap, which is a browser on Android phone, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. But
is it your thing?
Me. No, I didn't do it at all. But I got to say to you that what you're talking about in regards to that reminds me of a marvelous happening. What happened years ago when I was in the Blackwater Estuary in the holiday park.
What, like
can't remember that.
What's that holiday park with the Centre Parks? Or a Butlins holiday camp?
No, it was more to do with just got your caravan, your tent, and you go and get your water.
Yes.
So it was one of those places. So yeah, and they got the nuclear power station.
Oh,
on
Hinkley
the
Point.
entrance.
Was it at Hinkley? Hinkley.
Yes, that's the one.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Hinkley Point.
Yeah, you see that? I believe that the caravan site outside Hinkley Point, you don't need any heating whatsoever because you radiate anyway all through the night. It's very difficult to get the darkness because everyone's glowing. They've had their ready brek and everything.
But maybe Richard Vobes, the active card, comes to mind.
Ah, yes, the active card, whatever that is. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So how's things this week been with you, and what's been your main subject and your topic? So I can quickly answer to your main topic. So to kind of quickly infiltrate like a Spanish priest.
A sponge priest.
Yeah.
I think a sponge priest is a fascinating idea for
not the Spanish Inquisition.
No, a sponge prince. A priest, you said, didn't you?
Yes, but it's the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, I see, the Spanish Inquisition.
In Monty Python.
It came out as a sponge priest. In Monty Python. Oh, I see. I beg your pardon. What has been our main topic this week? Well, of course, we've got this. Last week we were talking about some interesting stuff, which I can't possibly remember then. What was it? We were talking about things that offend you. We were talking about last week, and whether people actually believe in climate warming. Or whatever it's called, global...
Or climate warning. It's, who's copping out from where now?
The Chinese have copped out, the Russians have copped out. The Queen hasn't. I don't think the Queen's going, though, is she? Prince Charles is going. She's not in a fit state anymore.
No, she's been advised to stay home and she's decided to stay home.
Yes, bless her.
It brings them into checkmate now, doesn't it? Like Queen... moves and then the king takes placements like in chess.
And of course
Queen stays home.
The sponge priest, otherwise known as the bishop, he goes at a diagonal, doesn't he?
Yes, he very much does.
Whereas horsey
wasn't that Mr. Epstein?
It could have been, yes. Look what happened to him.
Well, I could say the work is Andrew.
Yes,
Andrew.
Him and Andrew. It's all gone a bit south for them. More so for Epstein. But anyway, let's not worry too much about him.
No, we won't.
No, exactly. So what have you been up to?
Can I ask you, Julia, a question?
Of course you can. Fire away.
Julia?
Yeah?
Do you get yourself confused between Hartley Brewer or your dear self?
I have had people ask me that, and I actually I heard of her about a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. I was like, who?
Okay.
Who? But no.
I feel like quite extraordinarily amusing.
No, she's a really good interviewer. So
She really is quite clever.
she
Oh,
is.
she's
And I
very
really
clever.
admire her.
That's
She,
right.
I think,
And
I was going to say,
sorry for interrupting both of you, but
Go
I've
on.
got to say, between the both of you,
yeah.
I really admire the two of you because you show great what's the word?
I don't know. We show great promise. We show great promise.
Fortitude, for
Potential.
do you know what you know what I'm looking for?
I have no idea what he's trying to say.
Fortuity, fortuity, or something like that.
Is it in the dictionary?
Whatever.
Is it one of those words in the dictionary?
It really is.
Yeah. Oh, it really. It's one of those. Potentiality. Potency.
Well, it will be seen as pomposity at best, but
Yeah.
singly, just straightforward, loving the English language, as well as you love the historical values of our great nation that we speak of daily and countlessly. I really admire your videos. I really understand what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. And you do a lot of hard work in getting the compositions of the cameras.
Oh,
and
it doesn't. They don't build that in. You can get, with cameras now, you can get everything in focus automatically. It'll expose it right, but it doesn't do composure. That would be the next thing. Automatic composure. Just go. No, don't point it there. That's wrong. Point it here. That's a nice shot. Oh yeah, okay. Just follow whatever you do.
I mean, what is your strengths in your photography skill sets?
What is my strengths? There's a quick. Here, Barry, what's my strengths? £15, 10 stone. 10 stone, £15. That's as strong as it goes. It depends on the heaviness of the camera. I don't know. What's my strengths, Julia? Help me out.
I mean,
you're a hard worker.
yeah.
Yeah, will you
You're
tell me what
dedicated.
the strength are? I mean, I don't want to boast about how brilliant my brilliant stuff is.
Oh dear, Bonnie says she's signed up for TikTok today.
Oh no, TikTok.
That's it. Your life is over, darling.
I think she's bought a grandfather
Well-
clock. I think that's what that means.
Really? Well, if you sign up to TikTok, you really signed yourself up for divergence, haven't you?
She signed herself up to the great communist thing that is China. That's what you sign up to on TikTok.
Well, if you haven't seen the film Divergence, Insurgents, and Allegiance, you wouldn't understand that TikTok is actually a woman who was in a part of the film that was saying TikTok, and she was actually talking about the fact that the whole countryside within the dome was actually designed as a clock, and every 3 hours of the 12-hour clock had each individual sections of each element stated as whatever deadly situation that was happening to kill off people without their realizing.
Just hold it there 1 minute, Fabian. What's he talking about? What is he
sure.
talking about?
I'm
I have
not
no
entirely
clue what he's
sure.
talking about.
TikTok was also the name of a little round robot.
It was
in,
a quote.
Dorothy
It was a
Return to
quote
Oz.
from Divergence.
Oh.
It was a quote from. Sorry,
Divergence,
Hunger
alright, we haven't
Games.
seen it.
Hunger Games. I apologise.
Harvey Games.
Hunger Games.
Oh, Hunger Games. What are they? People starving who play games with pork pies. If you do this, you can have a bit of my pork pie.
That would be my Melton Mowbray, darling.
Yes, the Melton Mowbray game.
I think people in chat are wondering who we have on the phone.
Yes.
This is Fabian, and like, explain who Fabian is.
Well, Fabian, you explain. He's a long-time listener. He admires all my stuff, and he wants to know the strength of my brilliance. That sums it up.
Okay, so basically, my name is Fabian, Fabio,
Sorry,
Fabian, or whichever variations you want to play it. I, as a child, went to marvelous Bosom, and when Richard went to Bosom, it blew my mind with a lot of sadness but happiness, and my memories came flooding through.
And you
phoned
phoned the show, and we did a walk, didn't we, on Google Street View, and we were showing the thing. Where are you based? I can't remember.
I'm in Stroud in Gloucestershire, in the Cotswolds.
Oh yes, that's right. And I said I would come, and I never did. But we had COVID and various problems down in Worthing. I don't know whether the rest of the world ever had anything like that. It was just this little this Worthing pandemic local parochial thing, and none of us were allowed to go anywhere, and we had to wear these comedy masks, Richard Vobes masks. We all had to dress up.
I'm sorry, but who asked Julia to take my hat away from my hat from the from the other mask from the Bald Explorer's gone totally bald now.
Well, he is actually supposed to be bald. That is the
very good
main selling
so
point.
Julia, but basically it went back as far as I would say what, a year and a half, hasn't it?
Yes, something like that. And
maybe
you
possibly two.
Yes, and you ring in cold, and we hope that you get a nice warm jacket on soon. Listen, we're going to have to move on, but because we're only doing an hour show. But do call in again, Fabian. It'd be lovely to chinwag with you more.
Or chin chat.
Or
Absolutely.
Chin chat. But before we go, if you could have any meal that you fancied in a tin, like Heinz have done with Christmas dinner, what would it be?
Well, that's a really intriguing question because I've actually had one of those little numbers from a military tin where you got a chemical reaction in heating.
Oh, God.
And then it's been one of those
So you're saying that this is not an innovation, that the army or the military have already had Christmas Day soup, Christmas dinner soup in a tin, and now Heinz have nicked it. This will be their 58th thing, never mind 57 varieties.
Yeah.
And they've got...
It was basically one of those like numbers that either the US or the British Forces Army had created. It definitely Army created for situation or chemical reactions.
You see, the thing is with this soup thing, whilst we can all go, oh, what disgusting that is, but I reckon that Scott of the Antarctic would have had... Is it the Antarctic or did he go to the Arctic? He went to one of the poles.
Shackleton. He went to the Antarctica.
Yes, there we go. Shackleton. And old great Scott, he may well have had a tin on Christmas Day, because they took tins. They may well have had a tin of Christmas fare that... because apparently they found them, didn't they? They found some of their tins, and they were still okay.
Oh, gosh.
They were okay. Only the problem was that they were okay, but the fact that the matter is that the choices were quite limited, obviously. But what they actually sadly had was the history of what happened with the Germans going to Russia. For instance, that they had German technology, i.e. the fact that if they thought that copper buttons were going to be sensible to go up to Russia, for instance.
Are you copper bottoming them, my man, or are you aluminiuming them, mum? No, listen, the thing is, just to finally, before you go, because Scott they took all these tins and they had all these meals, but Scott never came back.
Well,
and you know why? Hang on, wait. Scott didn't come back, whatever his name was. Oh, Scott, because of all these tins. Because the problem was they didn't take a tin opener, did they? They starved to death. They had to make some story about, what's his face going, I'll be out for some time.
One would never know.
And he was looking for the local co-op so he could buy a tin opener. But obviously he didn't come back. Listen, Fabian, we've got to go.
Just quickly before he does go, is Fabian a military man?
Are you a ex-military man?
I'm a continuous autistic Asperger guy.
There you go. That's as military as you need to be.
And the consensus in the chat is that we'd like you to call again sometime.
We would like you to call
regularly
again on 07934746790. Okay.
Fabulous to talk to you, Fabian.
Take care.
Take care and lots of love.
Take care,
Julia Hartley Brewer.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.
There we go. That was that was fabulous, Fabian. It was fantastic, and I do remember it was about 18 months ago when he called in, and we spent a long time on.
I do recall actually.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know if there was any more history before that.
No, no. Basically.
But it just no.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time for a video. Lots of lovely, interesting comments and all the rest of that. But we must play one of the videos. We've only got the two today. So Jackie HW is first, and she's sending us a video about Seaside and surf. Lovely, wasn't that nice?
Really special. Really
Down
nice.
there in good old Ferring, which is lovely down there. I haven't been ferrying since I last made the video. Actually, down there during the height of COVID, when we were, down in March last year.
Oh wow.
Very nice. Lots of lovely comments there. Guy GFM says Patterson's Walk. Is that down there? Patterson's Walk. I don't know the area terribly well. Linda Kane's going, is it Ferringham? Ferringham. Is it
Accidental M, I believe.
I believe so. Colonel
Cragratty says, read the book The Worst Journey in the World by Asperly Gerard. Explains a lot about Scott's journey.
Ah, it's good old Scott's journey. I think that was Colonel Cragratty who said that.
What did I say?
Didn't you? Oh, maybe
I
you
said
did.
Colonel Cragratty.
You may have said that. I just didn't say it. You're very welcome to give us a phone call on 07934746790. Okay then.
Flashing the lights.
Did you know, I've heard here there are plans in the news, here's another news item for you, plans to extend the school day. And I wonder what people would think about that. Would you like your children to go to school longer? I guess this is to do with catching up with their education, which they lost thanks to the god-awful lockdowns, which were completely unnecessary, as we all know. He says blandly, quickly, saying, everybody shares my opinion. Of course you do. Yes. What would you like the school day to be?
I don't think it would go down very well.
I'm all for school children to be locked up, never to be seen, of course, and to be taught in a very strict fashion. But I remember when my kids were at school, and I was actually against homework. Oh, here we are. Look, we've sparked a call on the phone. Let's find out who that is. Hello, caller. Welcome to.
Sean from London.
Hello,
Sean from
Sean.
London. How the devil are you, Sean from London?
Now, we started school at 9 o'clock,
Yes.
then finished at 12:30, went back at 2, and then finished at 4:45.
Golly,
That
so you
sounds
had
good.
a 2-hour lunch break.
Yes,
And presumably, did you walk home from school?
yes.
Everybody walked back when you were a kid, wouldn't they? Because cars weren't invented.
I think it was about 2.5 miles you had to walk.
Did you? That was mandatory. Even if the school was round the corner, you still had to
Well,
walk
we-
2.5 miles. That's
Well,
brilliant.
We didn't have any buses in them days. You just had to jump on the back of a sheep.
Well, I'm
Back
surprised
of
because
sheep.
you're in rural Wales, so you had a lot of hills to climb, didn't you?
But there was talk about starting the school day
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 3, but that never happened. And then when I finished school, it was 9 o'clock until 1, and then 2 o'clock until 3:30. But it seems to be now they're coming up to school before they've gone in there.
Yeah, that's true. I went into town earlier today to do something for the video, which is in tomorrow's show, which I'm not going to talk about. And there seemed to be a lot of kids about with their parents and stuff. And I thought, hang on a minute, isn't it a school? They've all gone back to school. They have gone back to school, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought, wait, there's some kids around. So I didn't know whether some of them are just playing truancy or with their parents, you know. Mum, I'm going to play truancy today. That's a good game. Let's play it together.
Well, I did see a story in the newspaper today that a head mistress phoned in sick to say that she'd got COVID and she'd have to self-isolate for 12 days.
Oh, yes, how convenient.
And then 20 minutes later, one of her pupils saw her at the airport. Flying out on a
No!
holiday.
No! Well, you see, I bet
Oh,
that
yes,
happens. Oh,
yes.
yeah. I bet that happens, or it has happened as well, a lot, that people have gone, oh, yeah, I've been pinged by the NHS track and trace. I can't, I've got to self-isolate. Just hold on a minute. When did you say the tickets are ready, dear? Oh, yeah, so I can't come into work. Yes, I've got my passport. So I'm afraid, and I do feel a bit, woofy, and I don't want to pass anything on. Visas? We don't need visas for that country, do we? Yeah, so I won't be in today. You can imagine it, can't
You
you?
remember the days we used to have an old typewriter.
Oh,
And
bless you.
I remember once I wanted the day off or something,
Yeah.
so I just typed out the letter saying that it was a training day tomorrow
Oh.
and forging the old little
Yeah, because parents, if kids did that, I mean, if kids had a bit more acumen, really, that's the good thing. They're not being taught. I think now, how many times you could have just fooled your parents? Because parents, they get a letter from it's like, I'm supposed to give you this, and they go, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And
they
the parents
tell me now these days that because everything's done by computer,
yeah.
if your child hasn't swiped in by 9 o'clock, by 10 past, apparently parents get an automatic email to say your child hasn't come to school.
Is that what happens to yours?
Sorry, say that again.
It's all right. Julia's the one
I
with
was
a
trying to-
child, and she's not listening.
Sorry, I was trying to make sense of one of the comments.
Oh,
Sorry,
right. So
Sean.
was saying that if these days, because everything's all electronic, if the kid hasn't swiped
Oh, yeah.
in, that you get a call to say your child has not arrived.
No, we don't have anything like that at
But
my
if your
kids' school.
child has got to get by a certain time, or they lock them out, don't they?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. That
They
is
just
the case.
well, if you're not here by 9, you can't come for the whole day.
8:30.
8:30. I mean, that's ridiculous. You think, well, you're a little bit late. And they said, sorry, mate. I mean, we had that at mime school. When I went to mime school, you could shout as quietly as you liked if you were late, and they wouldn't hear you. And you weren't allowed in because they were training you that curtain up is at 7:30. And if you're not at 7:30, there's no point being there. But
Well,
as
I know
child's
somebody
education...
I know somebody who had a rehearsal at 10 o'clock in the morning. They turned up at 20 seconds past 10 and just got fired on the spot.
Blimey.
And she said, if you were in a West End show, what do you want? The Phantom of the Opera just to be on stage going, well, Where's this person? Well, I've got to wait 20 seconds for them to come on.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, I think timekeeping is one of those things that is absolutely should be bolted into people's brains. I cannot bear it if anybody is late
And sometimes
for anything.
timekeeping you can use to your advantage. Like, I turned up literally as the curtain was going up in this show for last week, and I didn't want to disturb the people to say, excuse me, can I just get to my seat? Excuse me. And so I just sat on the step and ended up with a better seat than the one that I paid for.
Oh, there you go. That sounds perfect. Lots of comments coming
what
in.
time do they want to extend the school day to then?
Well, I don't know. They were just talking of it. I haven't read the whole article because I just saw the headline. I thought, oh well, I'll get you lot to talk about it.
I can't remember who said it. I think it was Flappy Goose. Said that his wife is a school teacher, and if they did extend the school day, she wouldn't have time. Or teachers wouldn't have time to do all the marking that they have to do and all the administration and paperwork that they have to do.
They don't have to worry about that, do they, these days? I mean, for the last 2 years running, they haven't had to do exams.
But surely, if they extended
that kid's a good one.
If they extended the school day until 6 o'clock, that then gets the kids ready for the world of going out to work.
Yes.
And so they could do 8 until 6 every day, and then have a Friday off for the teachers to do all
the marking. Yeah, well, I mean, if they just train the kids to go to work, they could actually get them to do a job. Never mind all that learning rubbish. They could just go and you can operate the self-service. All you've got to do is swipe a card. You know, the staff at these places, they never look at what you've got. They go, you put a pound of potatoes and it goes, oh, I don't know how heavy that is. And the staff just comes over and he just, you know, they're as bored as anything. They just swipe. Yeah, there's my number. Yeah, whatever. And you've actually smuggled in a bottle of Johnny Walker. And they don't know. How do they know? They just swipe.
Didn't you say that you wanted to sort out your chimney? Maybe you can find a 12-year-old.
Yeah, well, I probably need a smaller one than that. I'm waiting for Joe to be able to climb sufficiently and carry a brush, and I'll send him up the chimney.
I was going to say his climbing skills are pretty damn well up there.
Anyway, seeing as I'm allegedly a professional person, I can see you've got 9 minutes left, so I'll sod off.
Yeah, we've got a busy London to play in yet.
Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye. That was Sean James Cameron with a conversation which you've already heard, so I don't know why I'm bothered telling you. David Vad says there's lots of disregarding gits about these days. Yes, you're listening to one.
Bonnie H in the chat was telling us previously that she used to run a school or work in a school in London that was open from 8 till 6, I think she said, for kids that had been excluded from normal schools, from other schools. And she says she taught boys to make their own breakfast. Well, it's for boys specifically. Taught boys to make their own breakfasts between 8 to 8:45. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, well, you know, I think parents these days, it seems, can't teach the kids anything, and the teachers have to do it all these days. It's nip cozy.
Kip nosy.
Exactly. What was that? Oh, yeah, never mind all that. Right.
Never mind all that.
We're going to go to a video, but I want to get to this card. This is a thank you card. So thank you for sending it in. Right, now, there's more to it than that. The lovely Julia is going to read out this monologue of stuff. It's lovely. Lovely card from Anne Eastwood. Anne, if you're watching, thank you so much. It was so kind of you. Oh, you're going to read it out aloud, right, rather than silent.
I was waiting for you to finish. And then
the old flappy mouth is zipped.
Dear Richard, hopefully this card finds you well.
It is.
Once again, thank you for a lovely time spent in Worthing a few weeks ago, and for the food and being able to meet Julia and little Joe. It was lovely to meet you. Yesterday, 26th October 2021, I visited Stonehenge.
Stonehenge?
And was very humbled by what I saw. My son of 9 left Newhaven just after 4 a.m. My son and I left Newhaven just after 4 a.m. to see the sun rising over the stones. What an experience.
I bet.
But it was not just seeing the sunrise. It was about all those who had gone before and witnessed the same. Prehistoric people awakening and emerging from their roundhouses to see the sun rising over Salisbury Plain. Originally, before before the
What?
slaves. No?
Stones.
So originally, before the stones arrived,
Yes.
and ever more so after the stones arrived, the visitors.
Yeah.
I now realise that life is not just about ancient monuments, but about those
You can see why I got you
whose
to read.
lives revolved around such places in the past. Yeah, quite. The drive to and from Stonehenge was of great interest too, taking in many other sites of historic importance, which I will visit hopefully when I get the time. Best regards, Anne. 27th October 2021.
Yes, thank you, Anne. Lovely card, and interesting to hear about your experience at Stonehenge and your thoughts about all those.
I've still never been to Stonehenge. I've driven past it many times.
Yeah. Well, I have been. Well, I was there when they were erecting it. I helped them. I came up with this drawing, and I said, "You want to put them and put some on the top there, and you'll be able to land the spaceship then." And what are you trying to do? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. If you'd like to send in a card with a lot of words in it, then please get in touch by email, and I'll give you my address, and you can send in a card. Don't forget to put £250,000 in with it. That would be nice. We have to go, but before we go, we have another video, and this is Sean James Cameron showing us just how busy London is these days at night. Do you reckon it's very busy, moderately busy, or dead quiet?
I reckon moderate.
Let's find out.
Let's see. Not that video.
No, not that one?
No.
Oh, okay. We've
had that one. It was lovely. But
yeah, that was nice. We can do a different one.
Well, this is London at night, folks. That light going across the bridge is new. Haven't seen that before. It is a wonderful sight. The London Eye is just behind me. Not a very good view from this angle. Train station's in the way. It is amazingly quiet. Actually quite like it though, this. You can walk around, you're not being pushed around in the crowds. It's actually quite pleasant. Just going to walk down to show you the House of Commons, and then I'm going to head home then. This is the London Eye. It's quite huge when you stood by the side of it. One of my first jobs in London was going on there to make a commercial with Mariella Fostrop. We went on it for an hour, going round and around. It got quite dizzy in the end, but it stopped now. So I'm not going to walk all the way down because I'm feeling quite tired. It's been a busy all day today, isn't it? That's the House of Commons and the Elizabeth Tower. Big Ben is the bell inside it. It's 11:15 now, so I'm going to catch the bus.
There you go, London at night. Now, it's funny because I previewed this and I thought, before Sean told us, I thought, blimey, that looks busy compared to Worthing. And then he said, no, not half as busy as it should be.
No, well, listen, London, innit?
London, innit?
It's in London.
London. So, and that was at 10:30. And of course...
After all the show's kicked out.
Yes, most people are in bed by 10:30, aren't they? Most decent, healthy, sensible, bald people.
I don't know, cities tend to be alive a lot longer than...
Alive? You're
Yeah.
suggesting that you're dead if you go to bed early?
No, but, bustling.
Oh, yes, bustling.
Bristling.
Bristling with bustles and bustles with bristles.
Something like that.
Pistols and postles and let's not get... Anyway, that was absolutely fantastic. It's dead compared to what it should be, Sean says. But he loved it because you could get around. I don't blame you. Lots of lovely, interesting lights and the colours of those lights burning up all that lovely CO2 or creating it or whatever it is.
Bernie, aka Station Master's Choice, said, "Lovely set of gallopers on the left there. And
Oh.
please don't say carousel. It's not. What's the difference between a carousel and the gallopers then?"
Isn't the carousel like a musical thing? Whereas gallopers are the ones with the horses.
Oh right. So would you call the ones with the buses and buses and motorbikes and like police horse and things like that?
Yeah, I don't
In
know.
the fun fairs today, is that just a carousel?
Must be, because it's got galloping horses. Is
Yeah, but they
presumably.
might have one or two horsey types on there.
Well, you'll have to argue with Station Master's
that's why
Choice
I'm
about.
asking.
Yes, that's why you're asking.
That's why
and
I'm asking.
Just keeping quiet. Andrew Norris says,
Can't do
night
that.
night, everyone. Good night, everybody. It is now 9 o'clock, or at least it will be in a few seconds here in the jolly old UK, and that is us done and dusted for another one.
Thank you for coming and spending the evening with us, and thank you to Anne Eastwood for the lovely video. Thank you to Sean James Cameron for his lovely Busy London video. Thank you again to Jeff and Mandy for the food on
Oh,
Saturday.
yes. Keep sending those food parcels.
Thank you to Fabian for calling in, and to Sean James Cameron. And did we have another caller?
Sean James Cameron was the other caller, I believe.
I said that one.
Oh, did you say that one?
I've just said all
Just
that.
said all that. And to Judith for moderating. And for Bonnie for the squirrel. And the best comment on the squirrel was... How do you eat a tiger when you've got a pickled herring up your nose? Thank you for that. I can't remember who came up with that one, but it was absolutely fantastic. How do you eat a pickled herring when a thingy was up your nose? That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, back again. 6543. What the hell is Bonnie on tonight then?
Oh, wait, sorry, I said Anne Eastwood. Sorry, Jackie. Jackie HW, thank you for the video of the Seaside and Surf.
And what's the 6543 about then?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
210. Oh, 9 o'clock.
Oh, I see. Yeah, somebody. Do you know somebody on just before we go? Somebody on my Board Explorer videos was just putting time numbers as a comment, and I was just like, "What does that mean?" So in the end, I deleted them because I thought, well, I'm not having that. And then he obviously got a bit annoyed, and he said, "Oh, I'm putting these numbers." Sorry, Andrew Norris, I'm doing the voice again. He doesn't like me when I do that voice. I'm putting these. It just differentiates me and somebody else. I'm putting these numbers in. Why did he put them in? So I can go back for easy reference.
Put them all in one comment. then?
In the comment, why not keep them in a little file on your computer so you know where they are with the link to it rather than use it as a comment?
Or a notepad
Because
beside
you'd have got
your
to
desk,
scroll
maybe?
down. If you had, if one of my videos, if ever my video was very successful, had 10,000 views and 600,000 comments, he'd never find the comment, would he? He'd be scrolling forever. Where did I put that comment with the time code? Anyway, never mind all that nonsense. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along.
Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Linda Kane says, "Night all from Miss Whiplash."
Yes, good old Whiplash. Whitless. Anyway, there we are. That's it. Thanks very much. Take care. Look after yourselves. Have a very nice Easter. And we will be back on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Slight different time change. That's actually the same.
Well, it's slightly different because it would normally be 9 p.m. But
Yeah, because we put
we
the
put the clocks
spring
back.
back the clocks forward. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching.
take care and have a good evening.
Bye.